In southern Spain, a young shepherd named Santiago listens closely to the quiet voice of possibility.
His simple life holds a restlessness, an urge that comfort alone cannot silence.
Unsure what it means, Santiago seeks guidance, trusting that signs appear when we pay attention.
The message is simple and unsettling. Go and see what waits beyond fear.
A mysterious king speaks of a personal legend, the one path meant only for you.
The universe whispers guidance, if courage answers back.
Choosing the unknown, Santiago trades certainty for the chance to learn who he might become.
Every crossing marks a goodbye to safety and to the life that once felt enough.
In a foreign land, confusion strikes first, testing resolve before wisdom appears.
Loss teaches quickly. Dreams demand payment before they reveal their reward.
Working humbly, Santiago learns that patience can turn waiting into progress.
Each day becomes a lesson. Improve where you stand, and doors quietly open. Small successes restore belief, and belief fuels the next brave step.
With savings in hand, Santiago chooses movement again, answering the call forward.
The desert strips life to essentials, teaching focus through silence.
Around the fire, stories reveal a truth. Fear fades when purpose is clear. The journey is no longer about treasure, but about listening deeply within.
Ahead lies an oasis of insight, and a test that will change everything. The oasis offers safety, but also a choice. Pause here, or keep chasing the unknown.
Knowledge seekers cross paths, each learning in a different way.
One searches for truth in words, another through living experience. By working with care, Santiago sharpens his ability to read the world around him.
A sudden vision arrives, clear, urgent, and impossible to ignore.
Trusting the sign, he warns of danger, choosing courage over silence.
When action follows intuition, doubt gives way to respect.
Love appears, not as an anchor, but as encouragement to keep going.
True connection honors the journey instead of stopping it.
A new guide arrives, living proof that wisdom comes from walking the path.
He teaches that fear is the greatest obstacle to becoming who you are meant to be.
Together they leave comfort behind, choosing transformation over certainty.
The desert listens, responding only to those who show respect.
Lessons deepen. Clarity comes when desire and action align.
The universe feels closer when purpose guides each step.
Trials intensify, forcing trust in lessons already learned.
Isolation becomes a classroom for mastering inner strength.
Belief is tested, not in words, but in action.
He learns that becoming more requires letting go of who he was.
The destination draws near,
but the greatest change has already begun.
Progress now depends on discipline, moving even when answers are unclear.
Guidance appears briefly, then fades, leaving responsibility behind.
Solitude sharpens awareness, forcing truth to surface without distraction. Every lesson learned so far gathers quietly, ready for its final test. Nature responds, reflecting the tension of what must be proven.
He listens beyond fear, searching for the language beneath words.
Alignment begins when intention replaces hesitation.
Change is not force. It is cooperation with what already exists.
The moment passes, leaving certainty where doubt once lived.
The path continues, simpler now, stripped of unnecessary struggle.
What was once a dream becomes a shape on the edge of reality.
Recognition replaces longing. This is where the story turns inward.
Near the end, reflection reveals the true cost of the journey. Expectations meet reality, and disappointment tests faith one last time.
Sometimes the reward is not where we expect it to be.
Loss returns, echoing earlier trials, but something has changed.
What remains cannot be taken, the knowledge earned along the way.
The world feels complete, even without the treasure in hand.
Understanding settles in. The journey is guiding him home.
Turning back is not failure. It is clarity earned through experience.
The return journey feels lighter, guided by understanding instead of hope alone.
What he carries now cannot be measured in gold.
The world opens again, familiar yet quietly transformed.
Places once filled with fear now feel like checkpoints of growth.
Every lesson reconnects, forming a pattern only visible in hindsight.
Returning home reveals how far the inner journey has traveled. Beginning waits patiently, unchanged, yet full of meaning.
Memory guides him to the place where the dream first spoke. Understanding directs action with calm certainty.
Reward arrives, but its meaning feels secondary now.
Fulfillment settles, not as excitement, but as peace.
The story closes its circle, beginning and ending in the same place. Meaning comes from movement, not from standing still.
Each step forward honors the dream that started it all.
The universe remains attentive, always responding to commitment.
One journey completed, make space for the next question.
Confidence now comes from knowing how to listen. The dream was never the destination. It was the guide.
With the treasure found, understanding continues to deepen.
What mattered most was never the gold, but the courage to begin.
Wealth confirms effort, yet wisdom reshapes how it is held.
Life stretches forward, offering space for new choices. Returning to simple work reveals how deeply he has changed.
Experience turns memory into guidance for what comes next.
The world responds differently when intention is clear.
The story lingers, reminding that lessons remain alive through action. Every ending quietly prepares the ground for another beginning. Choice returns, no longer heavy, but inviting.
Awareness sharpens. The world speaks constantly, if heard.
Ordinary moments carry quiet significance after the journey.
Connection replaces seeking, grounded in presence.
Time softens ambition into purpose. The same stars watch every dreamer who dares to begin.
Readiness matters more than urgency now.
Movement continues, shaped by intention rather than escape.
Growth no longer feels dramatic. It feels natural.
The message remains simple, waiting for each reader to act.
When you follow your dream, the world adjusts to meet you.
What remains after the journey is a way of seeing.
Dreams lose their mystery once you learn how to listen to them.
Knowledge becomes useful only when it moves into action.
The world mirrors inner clarity with quiet cooperation.
Purpose integrates seamlessly into ordinary life. Every choice still matters, but fear no longer decides.
Forward feels familiar now, not intimidating.
The story continues wherever courage is practiced.
Each reader finds their own reflection in the journey.
Dreams are not rare. They are patient.
The universe never stops responding.
Commitment turns uncertainty into direction.
The path appears only after you walk it.
Possibility expands with movement.
Listening becomes a habit, not an effort.
The message is clear and quietly demanding.
When you choose your dream, the journey answers back. And somewhere, your own personal legend is waiting to begin.
Subscribe for Money Mindset books.